The entertainment industry is buzzing with activity, with Dilira's appearance in Sanlitun sparking a frenzy among fans. Dilira's arrival in Sanlitun has ignited a frenzy among fans, and she's still stunning despite her long-awaited appearance. From red carpet stunner to understated goddess, she looks like a classic Barbie in a nude lace mini dress. Her raw photos may show her fatigue, but her striking features are undeniable. Her 168 centimeters tall figure perfectly supports the couture gown, and fans waited in the scorching sun just to catch a glimpse of her. This scene is even more heart-pounding than the gossip in the entertainment industry. The entertainment industry has been incredibly lively lately. Just look at it, the mainland entertainment scene has been heating up like a furnace these past 2 days. News are everywhere. Every celebrity is on fire. Ex-girlfriends are exposing male celebrities, and past scandals, gossip, photos, and more are pouring out like a flood. They've dominated the top trending searches on Weibo. Some say this is a complete gossip extravaganza. It's hard to tell what's true and what's false, but watching the excitement, it's hard not to speculate while eating the gossip. But the appearances of the female celebrities in the industry are what caught my eye the most. You know, our Dilireba is up to something new. This time, she's made a surprise appearance in Beijing's Sanlitun district. She attended Dior's new lipstick launch. When this news broke, her social media posts went viral. Everyone was saying, Dilireba is getting more and more stylish. Dilira's outings and the enthusiasm of her fans are truly admirable. As Dior's global spokesperson, Reba's fame. Before she even arrived at the event that day, her fans were like crazy, crowding the Dior store, each staring intently at the entrance. They were afraid to miss a single second of Reba's appearance. Although the weather outside was quite hot, it was the beginning of autumn, the sun was scorching, and beads of sweat were forming on their bodies. The stifling heat was palpable even through the screen, but the thought of seeing Reba up close completely forgot the heat in their hearts. Instead, they felt that the heat was worth it. When Reba appeared, the scene was like a huge crowd, with screams and cheers deafening. Everyone stared at her like a man possessed. Honestly, the fans weren't exaggerating. After all, Reba has been keeping a very low profile in recent years. She's rarely seen on the red carpet. From last year to this year, she's practically disappeared from the red carpet. The last time I remember seeing her was at the 2023 Starlight Awards. Upon her arrival, she was dressed like a queen, crowned, and elegant like an Oriental goddess. She perfectly embodied the charm of an Oriental woman. However, surprisingly, since that red carpet appearance, it's been over a year since we've seen her again. It really makes you think, Dilireba is surprisingly low-key. You know, Dilireba is a red carpet killer. It's as if the red carpet was tailor-made for her. Even after almost 2 years of absence, she's only become more alluring. Like at the W Awards a few days ago, Dilireba was breathtakingly beautiful, her first retro chic look. As her viral photos surfaced, fans were left with comments like, "This is so beautiful." It was like she just wanted to show off on social media. Reba's looks and condition remain as stunning as ever. To be honest, the photos from that day focused more on her dress and figure. The hat was too large, obscuring her face, preventing a glimpse of her true features. Fans were actually eager to see Reba's makeup-free side. Celebrities are human beings, after all. She's been quite busy lately, and we can sense it. The fatigue on her face is becoming increasingly apparent. In one photo, Reba's face looks a bit puffy, and her skin isn't as firm as usual. However, her features remain remarkably resilient. Even in less than ideal photos, her bright eyes and delicate features. Look, from a distance, her figure is also fantastic. She's 168 centimeters tall and perfectly proportioned. She looks like she's 170 centimeters tall. That day, standing in front of a passerby's camera, she looked like a classical beauty straight out of a painting, with fair skin, sculpted features, and a slender waist. Speaking of the dress she wore that day, we have to mention it. It was a short nude lace dress, with a mature and classic style. However, you should be aware that this dress requires a very high figure. One must be extremely slender and slim. Dilira's figure truly relies on her looks, otherwise, how could she pull off that Chinese Barbie look in this dress? It combines classic elegance with a touch of playful agility. Netizens have been complaining about the difference between the original and retouched photos. But then again, some people, after looking at the original and retouched photos, directly commented. Indeed, comparing them side by side, Reba's skin looks a bit dull and puffy in the original photos. Perhaps she's been too busy with work lately and hasn't gotten enough rest. In contrast, in the retouched photos, she glows like a fairy from heaven, her features incredibly three-dimensional. She looks incredibly energetic. However, as we all know, celebrities often have their ups and downs. Reba's resilience is quite strong. Although her face looks a bit tired, overall she's still very beautiful. Honestly, I think she's in great shape. After all, she's still so busy, yet she manages to maintain this level of performance. I'm truly in awe of her. Who knows when we'll see her again? I hope she'll come out more often to meet her fans. After all, beautiful women should interact more with us normal people. The entertainment industry has been incredibly exciting lately. The mainland entertainment industry has been abuzz these past few days. Male celebrities' ex-girlfriends are constantly exposing all sorts of back-in-the-day stories, some of which are quite shocking. Their dark history is trending on the internet. Some say this is just the drama of the entertainment industry, where you can enjoy the fun while eating melons. Compared to all that metaphor, I still find the appearances of female celebrities more captivating. Look, Dilraba is back again, this time in Beijing's Sanlitun district, attending the Dior new lipstick launch. As soon as she appeared, the venue erupted in excitement. Fans lined up like a long line at the entrance, each one fixated on the view. Although the weather was quite hot that day, and the sun was making people sweat, the fans' intense star-chasing passion completely overwhelmed the torture of the weather. As soon as Reba appeared, waves of screams and cheers erupted. The atmosphere was as hot as a furnace. Are these fans overly hard-working? Actually, I understand. After all, it's been so long since we've seen our idol in person. Not to mention, Reba has been keeping a very low profile in recent years, practically disappearing from the red carpet. The last time she walked the red carpet was at the Starlight Awards last year. Her outfit and aura were so impressive. But you know, Reba is the epitome of a red carpet killer. It's as if every red carpet appearance is custom-made, needless to say. Like at the W Gala a few days ago, her retro girl look. One after another, her viral photos went viral, with fans commenting, "She's stunning." However, the highlight that day was mostly focused on her dress and figure. Her face. Her face was noticeably better than before. Although you could still sense a slight. She looked a bit tired, but overall she looked good. The only thing that was distressing was that photo. It looked like she hadn't gotten enough rest, and her face was a bit swollen. But regardless, Reba's features still stood out in those raw photos. As for her figure, it's truly impeccable. At 168 centimeters tall, she's perfectly proportioned, looking almost 170 centimeters tall, and can pull off any style. She looks like a walking poster wherever she goes. That day, she stood on the street from a distance. She truly looked like a classical beauty straight out of a painting. Fair skin, three-dimensional features, and that slender waist. Her dress and her looks were a perfect match. Look at the outfit she wore that day, a nude lace miniskirt with a mature, feminine style. But you know, the design of this dress is exceptionally sophisticated, with a very narrow waistline. If you don't have a great figure, Diliraba's figure really relies on her looks to pull it off so well. Her look that day was both classically elegant and playfully dynamic. To describe her looks in one word, it's authoritative beauty. She exuded an aura of power. There was absolutely no sense of being rustic or tacky. However, netizens were quite straightforward. Some people, after seeing her raw photos, couldn't help but complain, why is there such a huge difference? Indeed, comparing them, Diliraba's skin in the raw photos is darker and her face appears a bit puffy. In contrast, her retouched photos are radiant, like a fairy descended from the sky. But, we all know this difference is normal. After all, celebrities get tired too. But overall, her looks still hold up. Just like I've always thought, Diliraba's resilience is truly impressive, even if she's a little tired. I hope she can get more time to rest and stop working so hard. After all, beautiful women still need to take care of themselves. In the future, when will we see her again on the red carpet and at events? I'm looking forward to her meeting her fans more often and not keeping them waiting too long. I have to say, the Chinese entertainment industry has been incredibly busy lately. The entertainment industry has been like a carnival these past 2 days. All the scandals surrounding male celebrities have been pouring out. Some say this is just the drama of the entertainment industry, and we can all just watch it with amusement. But I think the appearances of the female celebrities are more interesting. Look, Dilraba made another appearance, this time in Beijing's Sanlitun. Upon arrival, there were huge crowds and fans. Everyone crowded to the door to get a glimpse, all excited. Although the weather was incredibly hot that day, the sun blazing and sweat pouring down, the fans' enthusiasm for the show completely outweighed the weather's torment. The moment Dilraba appeared, the screams nearly pierced the clouds and rocks. The atmosphere was as hot as a furnace. Tell me, are the fans truly dedicated to their idol? I understand. If it were me, I'd be like them. Honestly, Dilraba has really transformed in the past 2 years. She used to walk the red carpet less, but now, when she steps out, she's like a goddess. I still remember her outfit at last year's Starlight Awards. She looked like a queen, complete with a crown and an aura, like an oriental goddess. But this time, she still looked impressive. Although her face looked a little tired, she looked pretty good overall. The only thing that was a little sad was the close-up photo. Her face was a little swollen. Her skin wasn't as firm as usual. But regardless, Reba's facial features were still incredibly striking. In those raw photos, look at her figure that day. 168 centimeters tall, perfectly proportioned. She looked like a classical beauty stepped out of a painting. Fair skin, three-dimensional features, and a slender waist. The dress she wore was a nude lace miniskirt, with a mature, classic style. If it weren't for her incredibly stunning figure, she wouldn't have been able to pull it off. In short, Reba's looks truly carried the show. Her look that day was truly perfect, a bit like a Chinese Barbie look, combining classic beauty with a touch of playfulness. Speaking of which, although she looked a little tired, she was still incredibly stunning overall. I hope she'll appear more often so her fans can see her more often. After all, a beautiful woman. I'm also looking forward to seeing her in all her glory again.